Well, hey y'all, it's Sheila back again for part 8. This is a break before part 28 is released. This is a continuation, so if you're just joining, I encourage you to go back and look at the other videos prior to all of this. And if you feel led to start sharing these, again, you can go to any of our pages, our YouTube pages, have them already, they're posted in the community page as well, so you can read from there. All right, so first of all right, sorry about that. I got some allergies today. All right, so first of all, I claim that Jesus came in the flesh, bled and died on the cross, and rose on the third day. He's Jesus and God in one spirit. He's finished everything on the cross, past, present, and future sins. Once saved, always saved. And again, there's no works to salvation. Okay? All right, so this is for 5/31/2026. God's physical calendar is 2/12. God's spiritual calendar 8/12. And God's true Gregorian is 12/16. All right, it's gonna be fun. All right, so this is a labor video message that Jesus gave. This is for the future, for the very end, when the dragon tries to devour the woman, Revelation 12. Jesus asked me to release this now. I don't know why, I'm just being obedient. And, that's just a little clip from Mandy, just letting you know while we're doing these. Okay, so this is still a continuation from the message that was received during this video from 10/2/2023. I am a God of order. I am a sovereign God, and I have to do things in my time and in my order. So when I speak a date, it means something. Every single date that you falsely accuse my people for being false was spoken by me, and those dates were for a purpose. Just like my Project 373 said, my Andrew, it was to shine my true light in the darkness. It was to highlight my 144. It was to foil the plan of the enemy, so you would not be tricked in taking the mark. If you follow those patterns, the ones that he put in the videos, if you follow those patterns, you will see the timeline. You will see what the enemy is planning and what they are trying to do. I left that for you so you would be prepared. For the ones with stubborn hearts and the ones who do not truly believe in me, I left the outline for you because a loving God would do that. I left the prophecies for you, showing you what is coming, where it is coming, and how it is coming, to protect you so you can leave and not get caught up by the enemy. A lot of that happens before you are forced into zones, is to protect you and keep you safe. And though my spirit is no longer there, I still left you instructions to guide you, because I truly love you and I don't want any of this for you. If you would just love me back and give me your heart, you wouldn't have to go through any of this, because I cherish my bride and I love my children. And my children, they are my bride. I do not have a heavenly wife, and the Holy Spirit is not a she. Whoever is telling you that is false, and they are deceiving you. None of that is true. And another little side note here, Jesus gave me a detailed explanation on the heavenly wife and how he is referring to the salvation creation, not the very first family in heaven through the heavenly forms. Okay, and then, so this is from some more from 10/5/2024 with more added on today. Why I don't have a heavenly wife and the Holy Spirit is not a she. From Jesus, okay, this is Jesus speaking. I am Yeshua HaMashiach who comes in the flesh and bled and died on the cross and rose on the third day. This has to do with astrophysics. This is going to have to do with the end of the world when I take down realm 22, because it has to be linked to the Jesus line, Lucifer's line, and also the Godhead. You have to understand everything is through matter. So when I have created something, there's a spirit first before the physical manifestation actually comes about. And when the physical manifestation comes about, That is when I made the Heavenly Mother my wife. But when I am talking about the Holy Spirit and when it's entering into my people to save them first from sins and to free them from the slavery of the law, which is how they obtain salvation by believing in my Son, I don't have a wife because I am talking about something completely different. The Spirit never had a wife before the physical manifestation of the heavenly forms, because your Creator just existed, a supernatural being, which is the entire Godhead family, including Jesus, who is God. Before I made the heavenly forms, Jesus, who is God, is eternal. He just exists because the Creator is everything before the heavenly forms before the heavenly forms took life on itself through my external creations that I, Yeshua HaMashiach, was adapting inside the heavens. It wasn't until after salvation where I took the external being and formed a mother, which, gotta love the cat zooming right now. Okay. Where was I? Okay, where I took the external being and formed a mother, which now became my heavenly wife through the heavenly body that I have created inside the heavens, bringing in the first genders, distinguishing a man and a woman. So salvation, Jesus created from the light circle, taking the particles and the organisms of what existed from the supernatural God who just exists, taking a form of him to create the eternal being in the heavenly form for the heavens, has a wife in heaven. So salvation, Jesus, for the earthly realms, manifested in the light circle, put inside Mary, does not have a wife, because his children are his bride. But the one that I have created from the manifestation of light through the organisms and the particles through the explosions in the stardust that I have created through the heavenly forms, has a wife, and that creation of the wife started the very first family, which started the very first heavenly wife, also known as Mother Wisdom. And this is why all of my mothers and daughters are wisdom in the heavens. But you have to understand how that spirit was adapted into Mary. The reason how it was is because it was formed before I even created the heavenly wife, because what I did was use astrophysics line. I knew my Son was going to be created, the heavenly form of Jesus. So I have used his spirit. I have also used my spirit, and I have used wisdom, which is attached to the mother of a she. But the Holy Spirit, who is he, altogether in one, is the Godhead Spirit, made up of the Godhead family. It's the Father. It's before the manifestation of the physical. So the Spirit before the physical cannot have a heavenly wife. And we are talking about salvation here. We are talking about the Holy Spirit coming inside of you. So when I say I do not have a heavenly wife, I am referring to the Spirit before the physical manifestation of God and his heavenly wife. I am talking about the Spirit of Jesus before the manifestation of the physical line through the heavenly forms of Jesus and Lucifer. The Spirit through that line, what's going to transform in realm 22, which is going to take down evil, because it will be a sacrifice of all three combined, because it will be the opposite of evil, and that is the power that is going to take down evil realm 22. All right, that's all you need to know now, and I will show you more in heaven. All right, so stick around for part 9, more of the labor video messages. All right, y'all. Jesus just gave a whole bunch of mysteries right there, y'all. So cool. And I just feel the Holy Spirit. So, all right. So anyway, take this to his feet. Ask him to reveal this. He's gonna show you what he's showing us. All right, y'all have a blessed one. Bye.